Quer me dar ela? Quer vir com o papai? Tá bom?
Welcome to the Harrison High School 111th Commencement, Class of 2021. I am Denise Gonzalez, Senior Class President and your Master of Ceremony for this evening. The class would like to thank the Harrison High School Soundwaves Concert Band under the direction of Mr. Danny Conde for performing such a dignified processional. Please rise now and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to introduce our principal, Mr. Matthew Weber.
Good evening. Only a few short months ago, we were not even certain that we'd be able to host an in-person graduation, let alone a ceremony as grand as this one. And so to be able to gather tonight on such a perfect night with the cool, clear blue skies sure feels like something of a reward for a battle hard fought, and surely a fitting send-off to our marvelous class of 2021. It gives me great joy to welcome all of you here tonight. After the year we just experienced, it seems only fitting to start tonight's festivities by expressing gratitude for the important people in our lives. So let me begin with that. Thank you to our extended Harrison High family up there in the stands who has put in the work to get your graduate here tonight. Thank you to Mayor Fife, the Harrison Town Council, East Newark administrative team, and our district administrators, all seated up here on the stage this evening. You really and truly are the bedrock of Harrison schools. Thank you to the Harrison High teachers. I have never been more proud to be an educator than I was this year. To work with all of you each and every day and see how you lovingly care for the students of Harrison has been and continues to be an inspiration to me. And lastly, I do not generally thank the graduates, but this year I think they deserve it. So thank you, class of 2021, for reminding us that students can and will rise to whatever challenge is placed in front of them. You have done an outstanding job. And this year has also taught us how much we as a global community rely on people who have committed their lives to serving others. And so right now I would like to recognize the graduates of our 2021 class who have done just that. I ask that our 6 graduates who have joined a branch of the U.S. military please stand now and remain standing to be acknowledged. And now for all of you in our audience who have similarly answered the call to duty to serve in the military or law enforcement, please stand and be acknowledged. We salute all of you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not generally one to force my advice on others, but this year has made me a bit mushy. So I wish to offer our graduates 2 principles that I believe are the recipe for a successful life. First, know that just like we experienced this year, sometimes life throws you a curveball. When that happens, don't dwell on the obstacles or let yourself be filled with uncertainty. Rather, make the best of the hand you've been dealt so that you can just keep playing. Second, take care of one another, or in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. Because both individual and community successes depend directly on the strength of the relationships we build with one another. No one can do this thing called life by him or herself. So as you leave the walls of HHS, remember that your future triumphs will depend in part on the new connections you foster out in the world. Be mindful of those around you and take care of them, because in life you reap what you sow. Graduates, we will miss you and wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Each year, top academic honors are awarded to the 2 students who are graduating with the highest grade point average over 4 years. These students have demonstrated a commitment to intellectual inquiry and a pursuit of excellence. Mr. Weber will now present these awards.
Let's go, John!
These students, by their willingness to confront obstacles, persevere, and prioritize learning, have been positive role models for their peers over the past 4 years. Their intellects and their enthusiasm have brought them far, and I know that they will continue to excel in the future. I now introduce to you the class of 2021 recipient of top honors, the creator of the artwork in the insert of your program, and your valedictorian, Jessica Acosta. And now second honors are awarded to this year's salutatorian, Stephen Garrido Hidalgo.
Good evening, and thank you very much for being here. I would like to begin by thanking everyone who has helped us reach this moment. To all the administrators and teachers who have given their all to make sure we were always prepared. To all the staff who make sure our building is in the best condition. And lastly, to all the parents who we think are out to get us, but in reality have mentored and guided us to this moment. Now, seniors, after a year of great hardship and challenges, we have made it, and congratulations. There are people here tonight who are far more experienced and knowledgeable than I, so I will not venture to offer you any advice, but I would like to reminisce with you for a brief moment. It was like yesterday that we were walking through those stores as little freshmen. None of us had a clue of what was going on, and we would walk around the hallways as if it were a maze with no ending. But let's look at how far we have come. Now, we are mature young adults, well, some of us, who will venture out into the world to make a difference, and you have to be proud of that. And of course, if there's one word that captures the spirit of the class of 2021, it is resilient. We have had to adjust to the transition of leaving the building to learn virtually without knowing when we would ever be back. At first, we were all excited to go home for 2 weeks, but little did we know that it would be over a year. After a year of muting your microphones, seeing all my classmates' ceilings, and listening to Emily talk about Harry Styles continuously, we are finally done. Because of your resiliency, each of you has earned a seat here tonight. As a class, we have excelled despite the circumstances that we were faced with. These next years of your lives will not be easy, as they will define your future. It is then when you have to recall the one word this year has taught us and push through the challenges. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. I believe that every single one of you here today has the capability of reaching your highest potential, because if we have been able to graduate through a pandemic, then we can do it all. Now, I would like to deliver some words to my family in Spanish. Querida familia, les quiero dar muchas gracias por todo su apoyo en estos años. Para mí no va a ser fácil partir, pero estaré siempre pensando en ustedes. Gracias por trabajar día tras día para poder darnos todo. Los quiero mucho y su TINE cumplirá sus sueños. Class of 2021, I want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I hope that each and every one of you here today reach your goals, and please, please remember me when you're famous. Thank you.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the Director of Personnel for Harrison Public Schools, Dr. James Doran, to present the class of 2021 to the Board of Education.
Thank you. Steve, I After that speech, I have one comment for you. Please remember me when you become famous. If you allow me just to take a couple of seconds to thank some extraordinary people that are here. First and foremost, I want to thank Principal Weber, Vice Principals Lipsky, and Vice Principal Haronda. You guys have done a great job in what we call pivoting during the pandemic. And I thank you, and we congratulate you for all that you've done. I'd like to thank Ms. Carenti and the guidance department and all of the support staff through special ed, through our counseling office, through school-based youth services, for providing all of the support that they have provided for the past 4 years, and especially in the past year and a half. I want to thank all of you. Good job. I also want to thank our mayor and council. They have made sure through the Board of School Estimate that the Board of Education has the resources to not only pivot, but pivot and make sure that 100% of our students had internet access throughout this pandemic, and we thank them for providing the resources. The Board of Education is here tonight. This is a very special group of people. You probably recognize them as your neighbors and friends, but this group supports the students of Harrison to the utmost. And I'd like our Board of Education President, please to be acknowledged, Maria Villa, and our board members to please stand up and be acknowledged. We thank you so much for all that you do. I also want to thank somewhat of a group that we don't think about much, and that's the people that actually keep our schools clean and safe. And at this point, I'd like all of our maintenance personnel and security personnel to please be acknowledged. Stand up. I know I see you over there on this side. Thank you so much. During the pandemic, we had 0 incidents of spread in our schools. And I want to thank them for that. You guys did a great job. I have a question for the graduates. Can anyone here tell me what happened on June 22nd, 2017? Anybody know? June 22nd, 2017. Does anyone remember? Steve, you graduated from middle school. It was 4 years ago, June 22nd, 2017, that I spoke to you in 8th grade at Washington Middle School. And I asked you, please, when you get to Harrison High School, please participate in all of the programs that are available to you, whether it be leadership, whether it be sports, whether it be academics. My question to you, did you participate? Steve says a little too much. During that time that you participated in everything available to you at the high school, you learned to grow and mature and increase your view of the world. And if I would have asked you on June 22nd, 2017, you know what's going to happen to you? You would never believe me. You would think I was nuts if I told you that you would be involved in a worldwide pandemic and you would not be attending school half of your junior and senior years. You would say, what? That'd never happen, but it did. And like all challenges in life, and as I spoke to you back in June of 2017, the challenge there was to accept the things that would happen to you and make the best of them. And so I congratulate this class of 2021 and say you guys did a great job, and we are very proud of you. And look at the lessons you learned. You learned quickly how to pivot and change your game. One of life's best lessons, how to change and how to make the best of where you're at. That'll happen to you when you're in college or as you go to any type of additional school program. You will be challenged to pivot and change your game and make the best of what you are. And in the end, I will say, as is in tonight's program, choose yourself always. Remember, you take care of yourself so that you can help others. And that is the challenge in life. God bless you all and good luck. Sorry. President Vila, members of the Board of Education, I duly certify to you that the members of the class of 2021 have completed all local and state requirements and are fit to receive the privileges and responsibilities conferred upon graduates of Harrison High School. Ms. Vila, I present to you the high school class of 2021. We will now present the diplomas. And we ask if you could hold your applause until the end. That would be great.
Gabriel Abreu.
Alba Jacqueline Abraham Ludina, honors. Jessica Acosta, Principal's Honors and Valedictorian of the Class of 2021. Daniel Aguiar. Jessica Michelle Altamirano. Christopher Alvarado.
Let's go, Chris!
Henrique Alves. Ashley Amagon Garcia. Sean Aruja. And Gabriel Arias Valencia, honors. Jorge Arteaga Ruiz, honors. Jorge Acancela Tarque. Mohamed Sobi. Oscar Baldion. Milka Bolanos Cervantes, honors. Leandra Bonilla Mazamarie. Ariel Borja. Camille Browna de Souza. Alan Cali. And Yerek Dylan Kalupe. Jerry Calva. Laura Calva Sacta. Natalie Calva Flores, honors. Maria Jose Cano Quintero, honors. Ronald Carillo Gomez. Toby Chan, principal's honors.